Hi, my name is Abby Hodges, and I've chosen to do my interpretive video today on the town of, or the area of Ruddock, Louisiana. I've got a little bit of its history and some swamp facts for you guys today. Unfortunately, I'm at a bit of a disadvantage with not being able to go down there and show you guys the actual area. But all the pictures on the screen were taken by me or one of my family members, and I'll be explaining them as we go along. So a common misconception about the swamps, a lot of people think that it is just, land that we can't build on, we can't use, it's just dirty, murky, there's alligators in it, we can't use it. That's actually not true. A lot of people live down here in the swamps in Louisiana, and it's really it's a way of life. It really is. Um, but the swamps do a lot for us, and in return, we try to spread awareness about all the important things that it can bring to the table for us. So when Louisiana or really any coastal state that, has swamp areas like this experiences heavy rain events or hurricanes or just, flooding in general, when that flooding comes, um, the swamps absorb all of that water. It acts as a natural sponge. Um, so it lowers the flood heights, and when it absorbs all of that water, it releases it into the environment. Um, so these pictures actually were taken on a swamp tour. I take all my friends on a swamp tour when they come down to visit me. This is for Cajun Pride Swamp Tours. If you guys are ever in the area of LaPlace, Louisiana, I highly suggest going on a tour with them. They do wonderful interpretive programs for everybody. Um, the the building that you're looking at right here, it's a makeshift house that they've built along the banks of the tour. And they give um an interpretive program of, what life would have looked like back in the day for people who lived in the town of Fernier, in the area of Ruddock. There would have been no running water because, you can't dig in the ground, you just hit water. Um, but yeah, so this is reenacting pretty much the houses of the people that would have lived there in 1915. So Fernier was a logging town. It ran on cypress lumber. It was mainly populated by German immigrants that had come over. Um, but if you speak to any locals of the area, they'll tell you the story of Julia Brown in the town of Fernier. So Julia Brown, at the time in 1915, was known in this town for practicing voodoo, and the people of the town didn't really take too kindly to her. She was known for sitting on her porch and singing a song that pretty much ended in "One day I'm gonna die and take the whole town with me." Um, Also along the banks, they have this cemetery set up um, for 1915. Um, but the the cemetery kind of shows you the ending of the that local legend. The day that Julia Brown passed away, like her song goes, "I'm going to take the whole town with me." Um, that is, according to legend, that is the same day that the hurricane hit and took the entire town. Um, there were few survivors, but for the majority, I mean, it was inhabitable. If you go and visit this place today, all you'll find is decayed wood. But I mean, today actually the swamps it's protected wetlands, but I mean, so there is no building. But if you go, you'll find the ruins of like old mills, old houses, and things like that. These are just pictures that I've taken on the swamp tours and stuff like that. You see all the alligators in the water. Um, yeah, they do wonderful interpretive programs here too. They step up on the platforms and feed the alligators and everything. They'll teach you all about, their lives, how long they live and everything like that. It's a great time. But not only are the swamps aren't only home to alligators. These are marsh crabs that my family and I have caught. So when you get to down that far in Louisiana, the water is brackish, which means pretty much anything that lives in freshwater and saltwater can live there. This is another native animal to the swamps. Yeah, and that is my presentation. Thank you guys for listening.